Hello everyone, CatWeazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Eldritch Horror and Hypnos, Otherworldly Dreams, where we're just about to start. I think it's episode 7. But before we do, yes, it's time for a trip. It's CatWeazle's cock-up corner. Few things to go through. Alright, first of all, Doom is on 14. The reason for that is we completed a mystery and Carolyn has the Death 13 tarot card asset. Should be flicking up now. And so we get to move the Doom back. The Doom, it's 2 better than what we started with. Very odd, Eldritch Horror, and it's a good advert for it actually, depending on which ancient one you have, because you've got tailored decks, you know, like the encounter decks and the research decks and things like that. They tend to focus on different things, and some of the ancient ones, you know, it's doom that's always collapsing, and you're always trying to stop the doom. With other AOs, like Hypnos, it's not as big a thing. Some AOs, it'll be gates. Other AOs, it'll be monsters like Shub-Niggurath, who we played last time. It was all about banging monsters out on the board. So they do a very good job on making the ancient ones different and giving you a different game every time. And in this particular game against Hypnos, Doom isn't so much of a thing. There should be a lot more gates on the board, but because we've got Luke and we've been rolling pretty well for Luke, we've managed to keep the gates under control. Anyway, that's the Doom. What's next? Well, we've got Carolyn needs an extra talent. What I do a lot in this game, and I've started doing it, I always tell people, and I've said it on the channel before, if you're playing the game, whatever game it is, just crack on with it. You know, make a quick ruling, and you can always find out after the game finishes whether it was right or wrong. And if it was wrong, then just do it right next time. And I've started doing it when I'm videoing. What I used to do is I was always nipping off every 5 minutes to check, but I've stopped doing it now. It interrupts the flow of the game, and it interrupts the flow of the video. And that's happened a few times in this particular video, so it's going to be quite a long CatWeazle's cock-up corner. Fortunately, it's all in our favour, because I was particularly harsh on myself, as I usually am, and a few of the things we're actually going to see if we can scrabble some things back. So with Carolyn, when she got the quick study talent, it says you can't have 2 talents, which you can't, which are the same, and you can't. And I didn't draw another one, but you are meant to draw another one. You just keep going till you get one which isn't the same. So we've got the talent deck here, and we'll just keep pulling till we get a talent that she hasn't got. She hasn't got this one, for example, which is silver-tongued. So there we go. And silver-tongued condition talent. You may re-roll 1 die when resolving an influence test. That's very good. When you perform an acquire assets action, you may add 1 to the result of 1 die. Flip this card before acquiring cards. Oh, excellent. Now, we can't use Jackie's ability on this because we're picking it up from essentially from last turn. But she's picked up silver-tongued, so that's good because otherwise she'd have lost the sanity for absolutely nothing, because she used her quick study talent in order to gain that. So we can put these back. So we're up to date on her conditions. Speaking of her conditions, she's also resilient. What I should have done in the mythos phase is I should have rolled against her strength, because she ended up losing 3 health. But she can prevent up to 2 of that with resilient. So we're just going to roll on that. Just need a success. And we get 2 successes. So she only lost 1 health. So I will give her 2 back. So she's on 3 health, so that's excellent. That's really helpful. So resilient kicked in. We'll pop that back. I could have used flesh ward as well for Jackie. I decided not to. She could have also casted it on somebody else. She could have casted it on Luke, and that was a bit of an error on my part. I should have thought of that. But flesh ward, you can sort of cast it on anybody. We could have gone for it. The good chance she would have passed it because she's now got the magic, what is it, the magic tome? Or whatever it's called. The tome. The true magic tome, that's it. And she'd probably passed that test. Should have probably done that. My fault, but I didn't. What else? We've still got something else to do. Oh yes, spell effects. With glamours. Again, ruled this one without checking it, just sort of wanted to crack on. Didn't really think that any law test, you know, factored in, but it does factor in. A spell effect is any effect to do with a spell, according to Nikki Valens, who's one of the designers of the game. Yes, so when we're using enchant weapon, we can use law tests on it. I thought perhaps that you couldn't because it's on all the time, but you can. So you can use law tests on it. So I'll try and remember that going forwards. And that's her enchant weapon. I think that's pretty much everything. I may have forgotten something. As I've said, I've started making rulings and just not particularly bothering about it at the time, so I can crack on and get on with the episode. For those of you out there, if I do make a mess up, it does mean you get more CatWeazle's cock-up corners and get to listen to the music. So there is a silver lining to doing it that way. But I do recommend that you do that. If you're playing your games, don't worry too much about the rules. Not that much. Obviously at the beginning, if it's the first time you've played, you know, consult the rules a lot. But if you've been played it a few times then and you just can't remember something off the top of your head, just make a ruling then and there, crack on with it and find out after. It's just not worth, you know, messing yourselves up during the game. You just lose all the flow and people start like drifting off and stuff like that. Just get on with it and make a ruling. You can always find out afterwards whether you were right or not. Okay, right. That's enough of this introduction to episode 7 and we'll get on with the action phase. So let's pop across to Carolyn and see what she's going to do. And here we are with Carolyn. Carolyn, who only has 3 sanity now. Because I forgot to flip over resilient. She did pass, so that means she got 2 successes, but it's a 1+. And basically, what it means is she lost her sanity, so she's down to 3. Okay, what's she going to do? Her first action, she's going to rest. And when she rests, she is going to get... what's she going to go for? I think she is going to go for sanity, seeing as she's lost so much. She does get a health because of the witch doctor when she rests, and she is going to get 2 sanity back, so that'll take her up to 5. Yep, she gets the 1 sanity for resting, and because it's Carolyn and she's got other people on her space, she gets an extra 1 as well. Because she's rested, that means that she generates a clue. So we're going to spawn a clue. And that's going to go to Space 7, which is Central America. Super. Right, so that is her first action. For her second action, I think she's just going to gain a focus. So she's now got 2 focus. That's it for her. And next up is going to be Luke. And here we are with Luke. What's he going to do? Absolutely rock all. He's got no actions at all. All he does is we stand him up. So he stands up and he remains at the underworld. Right, that's it for Luke. Next up is Jacqueline. And here we are with Jacqueline. Exactly the same as Luke. All she's going to do is stand up. So we will stand her up in Ulthar. She doesn't get any actions whatsoever. And that means we can move straight on to William. And here we are with William. Okay, so what's he going to do? Because he isn't delayed. Well, he's going to rest as well. But he's going to get some health back. So he's now on 4 health. And because he rested on the same space as Carolyn, he gets an extra sanity. So that puts him on to 5. Great stuff. Alright, and because somebody else rested on her space, because of her, what is it, the missing link, she gains a clue. Because good old William's had a bit of therapy. He's had some therapy with Carolyn, and she gets a clue off it. Good. 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 Alright. So, what else is he going to do? I think he's going to stay in Ulthar as well. The reason... Well, Jacqueline's got to stay in Ulthar because she was delayed. But the other 2 are staying in Ulthar for talents. Let's just get a focus for William. Carolyn's got loads of talents. But... yeah, we'll keep her there anyway, because if she'd moved, then she wouldn't have got a clue, because she wouldn't have been on the same space as William, and William wouldn't have got his sanity, because he wouldn't have been on the same place as Carolyn. So Carolyn may end up getting another talent in the encounter phase. Hopefully William at least will get a talent, because we need as many people as possible to get talents, so we can discard them for the mystery. Okay, that is it for the action phase. Next up is the encounter phase. And here we are at the encounter phase. Just before we start with Carolyn, yes, William didn't get that extra sanity. He already had 5. Dunno, couldn't count. There was obviously 5 tokens on there. I added a 6th one and said, look, he's up at 5. Bloody hell. Anyway, yeah, he's back. He's on 5 sanity, so he didn't get a sanity. But he had to stay on that space with Carolyn so she'd gain a clue. So that's why Carolyn didn't move. Okay, Carolyn, what's she going to do? Well, she's going to have an Ulthar encounter, because why not? So here's the deck. Do the usual cut. Flick it over. Get it to focus. There we go. Ulthar. The village soothes your spirits. Recover 2 sanity. Well, that's a good start. That is a good start. So she gets 2 sanity. What a nice village. Could do with going there, couldn't we? So how many have we got there? She's back to 7. She is back to 7 sanity. So in fact I'll put 3 of these back for a number 3 token. Awesome. Seeing that this dream is pleasing, the Lord of Sleep offers to improve it in exchange for a year of your life. That's a bit grim. If Hypnos is the ancient one, he is, you may spend half of your health to gain a blessed condition. Ooh, that is tempting. That is tempting. We're going to go for it. That's going to leave her on 2 health, but she does have resilience. Now this one, I am sure on this one, I can't use resilience now because it uses the word spend. You know, it's a cost. you have to pay it. Yeah, you can't sort of pretend to pay it, then use resilience and not pay it. Yeah, you have to pay it. It's a bit different in this particular instance. Because it's a cost and we have to spend it, we have to spend it. We can't use anything else to sort of get the health back. That is not allowed. So, bless condition. Where are the boons? They are here. So we'll just keep going till we get a blessed condition. Pulling off the bottom. Righteous, doesn't matter. Living link, doesn't matter. Blessed, that's the one we want. So we've seen this before. So she is now blessed. And this as a condition is not a normal condition. So what we're going to do is we're going to complete Jacqueline's personal story as well. She's currently got 4 clues. And she has the Arbiter of Fate. So just flick that up now. Your visions see your friends thriving in one moment only to die in the next. Death. The only certainty in life is death. After you gain a clue using your passive ability, and this is her passive ability, you may spend 5 clues to discard this card to gain the Oracle reward. So, what we're going to do is, here's the 4 clues she's currently got. So they're there. She's going to get an extra clue because she's going to flip this blessed card over. So there's the 5th clue. And she's going to use her passive ability. So let's see what the other side of this blessing is. Serenity. Serenity. A mystical peace flows through your veins, charged by some unknown power, cleansing you of all that ails you. You may discard any number of conditions, then flip this card. Awesome. But the main thing is, she's blessed. That's what we really, really want. Jacqueline now spends these 5 clues. I'll have to put those off to one side because when I discard them, obviously she might have some clues that are off the sideboard. I don't want them mixed in. So she gets Oracle, which is here. That should flash up now. Oracle reward. Once per round, when Doom advances, gain 1 clue. Well, she's not going to get many clues in this game, is she, the way it's going? You may spend 3 clues to negate the text effect of an event mythos card. That is huge. So if she can get some clues, that is amazing. So she is now an Oracle. That is really, really good. Ooh. Never realised how good her personal story was. Okay, so she's done that. And that is it for Carolyn. Yes, we got that blessed condition. She's on 2 health, but even if we get a nasty mythos card, she'll have resilience, and Jackie's got flesh ward in the background to stop her like getting killed. I think that is a good risk. So that's it for Carolyn, and next up it is Luke. And here we are with Luke. Now, he's on the underworld, so it's a wilderness, a generic wilderness encounter. So we'll get the deck and flip one over, turn it the right way around, that'd help. So there we are, wilderness. Your food has gone bad, and there's no place nearby to purchase more supplies. If you want to eat, you'll have to hunt for your meal. Observation -1. Now his observation is 1, but he gets +1 from the Chief Inspector. -1, he's back to 1 again. So it's a single die special. A 3 is not good enough. And we failed. But we have 2 focus. So we're going to go for it. First focus. Come on, Luke. Come on, lad. A 6, yes. So, spent a focus and looked harder, didn't you, Luke? You looked harder. Put that back on his player tray. So we pass. If you pass, the meal invigorates you. Recover 2 health. Well, we're at 4 health already, so we can't get any more. And we didn't fail. So that's alright. Nothing happening is always good in this game. Alright, that's it for Luke. Next up, we have Jacqueline. And there's Jacqueline, up with everybody else in Ulthar. So it's another one of these. And let's flick it over. Ulthar. Alright. The ghost of a boy is looking for something. You ask him to speak. Influence. Her influence is 2. She has a focus. And she's blessed. 2 5s. Succeed. If you pass, he calls to his cat, and their reunion restores you. How weird. Recover 2 sanity or discard 1 madness condition. So, she can recover 1 sanity, and that puts her back up to 8, so she'll do that. Well, didn't get a talent condition though. She's already got one, but another one would have been nice. Alright. Okay, but again, nothing bad happened. I hope this isn't bad for you, William, because you're next. Okay, William is next. And here we are with William. Got rid of those blessed dice because he's not blessed. And there we go. And Ulthar. You pass the time scratching a cat's ears and chin. Recover 2 sanity. Well, he's at 5 already, so he can't. You attempt to speak the feline language. Test law. His law is 3, and he does have a focus. Does he get any other help? No, off that. No. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. There's no penalty, is there? No, so it's just 3 straight dice. Come on. A 3 and 2 1s. You 1s are going back in the bag. Can't have those. And what we're going to do is we're going to spend that. Come on, William. A 2. Cobblers. It's always William that fails. Come on, William, buck up. What's he going to end up with? Well, he's not going to get a talent, is he? If you fail, the cat leaves and the creature that had been stalking you has a chance to attack a Zoog monster, ambushes you. Again, Zoogs. He's just a Zoog attractant. So we've seen Zoog before. It's here. I'll flash it up on the screen. And, alright. What I've got to remember though, is he's got all sorts of stuff for a battle. He's got the cultist journal. So we get +2 will and +2 strength during combat encounters. So that'll put him up to 5 will and 6 strength. We could gain a resource if we beat it because of his commitment reward. We've got Bury Them Deep, but I've just spent a focus. So we've got no focus to put this Zoog onto the card. I don't think we can put it on the card anyway because it's a special monster. And we've got to set it off to one side. Alright, so first of all, we've got the will test +1. With the cultist journal, that means we're going to be rolling 6 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Surely he's going to get success here. He gets 3 successes. So he doesn't take any sanity damage either. And then it's observation against the Zoog. Oh, that's going to be... So it's not even a proper combat. His observation's 3 though. So we'll take these 3 5s. 3 5s. Oh, a 1. And that 2. You're going in the bag. And the observation test is -1, so it's only 2 of these. Come on. A 6. He got a success. That's enough to kill it. And it's enough to mean he doesn't get any health damage. And he's defeated the Zoog. Cool. And where are the resources? And he manages to get a resource off it. I would much prefer that I would much prefer that he actually passed some of these. Actually, on the card, looking at the card, we wouldn't have got anything anyway. It was just the 2 sanity, which he couldn't have because he was already at 5. So we didn't manage to get a single talent out of that, I don't think. Never mind. Okay, right, so that is it for William. That is it for the encounter phase. Next up, oh, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the mythos phase. We're all ready. We're prepared for a reckoning. We're prepared for anything. Because we could have a green card, a yellow card, or a blue card. We're still in stage 2. So, could be anything. What's it going to be? Let's have a look at the laugh and chuckle card. It's a green. Not even that. It's ice crystal green. Hurrah! Brilliant. So, there we go. It should be flashing up on your screen in a moment. So, first of all, we've got omen track movement. So, there we go. We go on to a red sunburst. Have we got any red sunburst gates? We do not have red sunburst gates. Oh, one quick thing. Wolfpack actually wanted that to be put up on screen. So we'll do that now, even though we haven't got a reckoning. It means I've got a copy of it then. And next time we get a reckoning, I can flash it up for you. Okay, right. Misunderstood what he asked for last time. Okay, so we've done the omen track movement. We haven't lost any doom, so that's fantastic. And now we have a monster surge. And we do have a gate, but it's not a green comet omen track. It's a red sunburst, so that means we need another gate. So let's pick one out. Where's it going to? Antarctica is where it's going. And of course that's where I've put a load of cards, so it's just going to get in the way. But as it's not a reckoning, I can actually get rid of all these cards. So I'll put them back later where they should go. And so Antarctica gate, monster. Get a monster, and what do we get this time? Whoop! Whatever this is, which has got a reckoning. Whatever it is. Oh, it's a good old Mygo. I think these are clue eaters, if I recall correctly. Let's flip it over. So 3 toughness, will check. Got to get at least 1 success to avoid losing any sanity. Combat check is a strength -2 test, and you've got to get 2 successes to avoid losing any health. On a reckoning, discard the nearest clue and move this monster to that space. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, gain an artifact. Woo! So it's a clue eater. We've got plenty of clues. We're not bothered. We're not bothered by that, I don't think. So we'll pop it on Antarctica. There we go. Right, so that is the Monster Surge done. Clues. Speaking of clues, we get 2 clues. Spawn 2 clues. Not got many left, to be honest. So where's this going? Sydney is where that one's going. I'll pop that there. And the other one is Space 17. Is that India? Yes. India. Okay. So that's the clues done. And now we are straight on to the text. In the dream, you are another person from another century. You ascend the stony peak and see a figure silhouetted by the morning sun. This person is there to give you a gift. When you wake, you are certain that this gift still awaits, and it will always be yours. Echoes of a past life. Ongoing. When this card enters play, the lead investigator chooses artifact, character unique asset, or boon condition. Then discard 1 card from the reserve and replace it with a random card of the chosen type from the deck. As part of an acquire assets action, you may spend 3 successes to gain that card from the reserve. Then discard this card. Okay. Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? We're going to pick the artifact. Duh. An artifact for 3 successes. We'll do that. I'm not sure if a resource would count. Does a resource count as a success? I might have to check that. So anyway, we'll do a cut, and what are we going to get? It is the Scales of Thoth. Scales of Thoth. Item, magical relic. Gain +2 to all skills if your health and sanity are equal. How weird. During a reckoning, you lose 1 health and or sanity. Oh, cool. Ah, right. So if you want to, say you get them level, say you get your health and your sanity level, then during a reckoning, you can choose to lose 1 of each to stay level. How clever. Right, which one are we going to get rid of? We'll get rid of the private investigator. Oh no, I want... Yeah, say I only got 2 successes, I could only rustle up 2 successes. I want something that I could actually get. So, we will get rid of the enchanted jewellery, I think. So, discard the enchanted jewellery. Put that in there. Put the artifact deck back. And that was quite easy peasy, wasn't it? So we've got to keep this in play. I'll just pop it in here. Bit in there. Super. I'll put that at the top of the board. Okay. These can go back for next time. So all we've got left is next Mythos phase will be a reckoning or the dreaded rumour. We shall see. Okay, not a bad turn. It was alright. We've been treading water a little bit, I think. But yes, we've got 2 gates on the board. Let's try and get at least to 1 of them. And get in there, do it, do the mystery. Unfortunately, Luke, he doesn't have a talent. We'll have to try and get him a talent very quickly. Perhaps he might have to go to Ulthar, get himself a talent first. You can't trade talents, the conditions can't be traded. So I think he's going to have to go to Ulthar. Carolyn has got millions of talents. So, and Jackie's got one as well. So perhaps they will have to start moving back to the main board. In order to do that, I think they've got to either go to Unknown Kadath, the Underworld, or the Moon. And then they can use the local path to go back. to Tokyo, San Francisco, or Buenos Aires. So getting to Unknown Kadath is a pain though from Ulthar, and that'd be the best place to go from, because that'd get to Buenos Aires and that'd easily get you to Antarctica. The moon is the other one to get to Tokyo, because that's quite close to Istanbul. But yeah, as it stands, the underworld's the easiest. That'll get you back to San Francisco. So, but that's miles away from anywhere, from any gate. Bah, curse it. So I'll have to have a think about that. Ulthar is a city space, but unfortunately it doesn't have a sea lane going to it. So, or a railway, so we can't pick up any sort of ticket in Ulthar. Can't pick up a rail ticket, we can't pick up a ship ticket. If we were in Dilathleen or Celophaeus, we could pick up ship tickets, because they have ship lanes going to them. But yeah, I suppose they could get to Dilathleen, pick up a ship ticket, then go to the moon, and the moon will get them back to Tokyo. Yeah, I'll have a think about that, see if there's anything we can do, because I think it's time to leave the Dreamlands now. We've spent a great deal of time in the Dreamlands, specifically Ulthar. Nearly ran out of all the Dreamlands encounters for Ulthar. I think there's only about 5 or 6 left. So yeah, we're going to have to move on from the Dreamlands now. We've got to get to where these gates are. No gates are going to go along dream portals anymore. I think every single gate, the Tokyo gate, the Buenos Aires gate and the San Francisco gate, have come and gone. So unless those dream portals move, then no gates are going to end up in the Dreamlands anymore. So it's time to leave the Dreamlands. We'll move everybody out, and we're going to have to start getting ship and train tickets and moving people towards these gates. Luke might go to Ulthar, pick up a talent, but virtually everybody else can just leave, I think. Yep, that seems to be what we're going to have to do going forwards if we want to finish this mystery and wrap up this game as quickly as possible. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and the dislikes, because you're still watching. Brilliant. The stars are right, you're stars, you're all right, and anybody who's been across to BGG to like the video threads over there, thank you very much. Any comments, Geek Gold, anything like that, thank you so much. And once again, massive thanks to those of you that have been to KoFi.com in order to support the channel and tip me a brew. Thank you so much. That's it for episode 7. I hope you join me for episode 8. But until then, this is me, CatWeazle, saying toodaloo.